Hello! Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Elden Ring, where today we're going to be starting a fresh run, brand new character. Already got one in mind for this. This is Blade of Calling. Very special weapon, this. This is going to be Melina's dagger, basically. Although a couple of other characters have it too. We're starting Prophet, and for this, because it's Melina's weapon, I decided to make a character thanks to some folks who provided sliders for a character who looked a lot like Melina. So to briefly zoom in and show you, she even has like the mark over her eye, although you can't make an eye closed without just putting an eye patch on. So this is going to be our Prophet character. We'll probably remove the blindfold, even though the blindfold sort of makes sense for the whole one-eyed thing. And this is going to be an accord. I offer you an accord, chat. So yeah, this is going to be our latest character. Blade of Calling is after Morgott, so we have to get to Morgott first. It scales primarily with faith and is a somber weapon, so I think the setup for this one is pretty obvious. I think we're going to go incantation heavy. Anyway, here comes the bouncy ball. Sing along if you know the words.
The fallen leaves tell a story.
And I'm going to have to keep an ear out for the door because we are supposed to be having something delivered and my partner is currently in the shower. So if I need to run off halfway through a boss fight or something, that's why. Love the name. I think the name is pretty good.
In our home.
Originally, it was going to be something to do with Blade of Calling being like somebody was calling you on the phone. I was just going to name the character like Ahoy Hoy or something like that. But I thought an accord made sense.
Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knight...
So one of the things I was considering doing was getting the Black Knife for this one and doing a dual-wielding daggers playthrough. And I think I am still going to do that, but not with the Black Knife. I think I'm going to get the Erdsteel dagger from Kenneth Haight this time.
Marika's offspring.
Volume is quiet? Yeah, that's generally the case with Elden Ring.
Of the Elden.
It gets louder, that's the problem, right?
The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering.
But then again, we've also seen and heard this 31 times now.
A war.
Yes, Zeratron, new game.
A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished.
Yeah, this is the bit that gets louder, see?
Dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands.
Legends.
The ever-brilliant Gold Mask.
Don't know much about that guy.
Fear, the deathbed companion.
Also legends.
The loathsome dung.
Boo. Also boo.
And Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing.
Looking forward to slapping that man up later. And one other rat, whom Grace would again bless.
Other, whom Grace would again bless.
What's up, M&D? Welcome in.
A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between.
It's one of those medieval toilet seats around your neck.
To stand before the Elden Ring.
Elden Ring time, yes.
And become the Elden Lord.
Heck yeah. Okay. So, this starts as all runs do. We're going to be avoiding fighting Grafted Scion, because even though Catch Flame is the best incantation, and we start with the highest faith of any class, we are still pretty weak. And there's no real advantage to fighting Grafted Scion right away. We're going to be leveling a lot of faith for this build, but we want to do our usual setup with cheesing various dragons first. Get a couple of stabs in on the fall. And meet our doppelganger. Unfortunately for us, if we want to actually look like Melina, for one thing, it's impossible to look exactly like Melina because the cloak hood that she wears is not available to the player, I don't think. But then if you want the rest of Melina's outfit, you need the Traveler's set, which is only obtainable if you go to the Haight tree. So we're going to the Haight tree on this run. Basically to right before the boss wall to Melania, and then we're not going to fight her, which I'm sure will be like frustrating to everybody who likes that fight. But we actually start with just the robe and technically like a shackle. The Prophet trousers is like just some shorts, basically. And a shackle around one leg does not provide a great deal of protection. We might go with the Finger Maiden outfit for some of this, so we can play the role of Maiden. Although we'll be turning runes into faith and not strength. Alright, now we've introduced ourselves to Varre, it's time to completely ignore the Tree Sentinel. Get our usual setup for cheesing Greyoll on the Knight's Cavalry. Although we are going to retake Fort Haight by any means necessary. We'll get the crafting kits. I do think this is a pretty decent facsimile of Melina. They did a good job.
And I can also that you're not then wine. I am Carly.
What's up, Carly? Alright, let's grab our usual set of arrows and everything. What the heck was that person wearing? That's not starter gear. Doing some cooking during Elden Ring? What you cooking? Getting over a little cold? Yeah, a lot of people are under the weather around this time of year. There's a few folks from my gaming groups who've had a little bit of that. I've mostly got like a bit of just kind of sniffles from probably allergy season starting. I don't tend to suffer that badly with hay fever, but I get it a little bit. But nothing else to be concerned about, fortunately. More susceptible when the seasons are changing? Yeah. There she is. I guess our hair is a little bit too dark for Melina. But she has a completely unique model. She's not based on the standard NPC like proportions. Maybe I can re-dye my hair slightly differently.
Then it summoned me. Ah, I bequeath. Use it. It will summon torrent. Treat him with.
Alright. Well, let's throw this on here. We'll go and get the whetstone knife. Although the affinities we'll be needing are actually in Redmane Castle, so we'll have to go there later for the Flame Art affinity. Which is what we're going to be putting on the Erdsteel Dagger once we get that. I mean, we're going to be getting the Erdsteel Dagger before we have the chance to put the affinity on it, but... Oh, you missed me. Okay, up to Stormhill. Have I speedrun Elden Ring? Not in the traditional sense of speedrun, no. Not in the sense of, like, using all of the tricks of the trade and everything. But I am now at the point where some of these playthroughs are taking me 5 or 6 hours at most. This one might be a little longer on account of a couple of optional objectives to look as much like Melina as possible, but the dagger build is going to be a bit challenging also. Primarily because it's another faith scaling, holy damage dealing weapon, and some of the late game bosses are a bit more tanky against sacred damage. We're not going to worry about Rodrika, since I doubt we'll need a summon for this one. We didn't need a summon for Black Knife, did we? Although Black Knife was the one that I double KO'd on Elden Beast. Oh yeah, this one likes to run away from you. That's still wild damage, considering that there are absolutely no upgrades to any of my stats yet. We'll get the crystal tear from here just out of habit. And it can be really helpful to have, but chances are the only one we'll actually need is the faith one. And even then we probably wouldn't need it, we'll just benefit a little bit from the additional scaling it'll provide. I really don't even need this much root resin, because we're only going to fight Greyoll. I don't think we're going to fight Moog this time. Yep, that'll do. Back here to meet Rani. Which I prefer to do even if I don't plan on summoning. Just because I don't want to buy the Spirit Calling Bell later in case we need it. I like having free wolves.
How long will it be for the time?
Bye, boss. Right. Gold Foulfoot time. We don't need Silver Feet this time around because none of the stuff we're relying on is going to be a chance to drop. It's all guaranteed drops. We will need the Silver Foul Feet in a couple of runs' time because we're going to be getting the Bloodfiend's Spear, or Bloodfiend's Fork. And that one in the DLC, I believe, is a chance to drop, but some pretty easy farming spots for it. Like a little radicalizing speech at the end, I know, right? At what point do you think you will throw off the shackles of oppression, let's say? I wonder. No gods, no kings, only the moon. Oh wait, the moon is a god, never mind. Well, we shouldn't need to go to Celia Crystal Tunnel because all of the stuff we're going to be upgrading, I think, is somber this time around. Although, wait, no. Maybe we'll need it for the Erdsteel Dagger. Because I think that's a standard weapon. So we may as well get the upgrade mats. Because Erdsteel Dagger is going to basically be our stand-in for the Blade of Calling until we've done the Morgott fight. despite this, we are going to go and get some of the other bits and pieces I normally get. We'll get the Somber Stone from up here. I'll also want to level a Somber Incantation Seal. Want to use the Erdtree Seal for this one. We're going to be using some healing incantations. But mainly just for flavor, because obviously when Melina is in battle, she casts the Minor Erdtree spell, which you can get from the DLC. I'm not sure we'll get that far, because it's in Hinterlands, and that's a lot of the way through the DLC. What's up, Windburned Warlock? That's a fun challenge. Hey, welcome in. If it's your first time here, welcome. The Elden Ring A-Z is, yes, a challenge in which I plan to beat the game with every weapon in alphabetical order. We are on weapon number 32. This is Blade of Calling. Our character here is named Anna Cord. And we are as close to Melina as we possibly can be, with the exception of the hair color, which I need to tweak, but... Ronnie wants to know if you've ever considered a faraway god instead of an up-close one. Yeah. What if God at a distance, though? We'll skip this Site of Grace, because I feel like I don't return to it as often as I expect to. New here, but I've watched Minecraft survival guides. Oh, nice. Awesome. Well, we just got done with a Minecraft stream. I stream Minecraft before I stream Elden Ring on these Tuesdays and Thursdays. I normally stream Sundays as well, but lately those have been busy with tabletop RPG sessions, whether on other Twitch channels or in person, so... you have one of the alt spellings of it, Robbie. It's Anna and then Cord, rather than being Anne. Because I think we had another character whose name was Anne. Or was it Barbara Ann? I forget. One of those. Anyway, we're going to get some memory stone slots because we'll use incantations here. I'm planning on using Catch Flame because obviously she's the Kindling Maiden, so it makes sense for her to have Catch Flame. And also because if I am using a Sacred Scaling weapon that does holy damage, I want to be able to beat Radagon with something. Likewise, Elden Beast. There it is. I'm also going to try and get the lantern more frequently because every now and then I watch the VODs of these back and I recognize that it's actually pretty dark on the VOD. So sorry if some of these areas are a little darker than usual. I will probably end up buying a lantern from the guy in Liurnia. See, I couldn't remember exactly how high that needed to be. Turns out that was slightly too high. Excited for the Wing of Astel run? Yeah, Wing of Astel is obviously a long way off. I think we used that once already as like a support weapon. But I don't think I used it all that much because the staff I was using was actually pretty good. Or maybe we didn't use Wing of Astel yet. I'm struggling to remember now. Went for me and not the squirrel this time, huh? Yeah, that's 398 out of 408. It's a long way off. See you in 2030. The sheep isn't stuck in the rock this time. What does that mean for the run? Only time will tell. By Wing of Asta, we'll all be 3 years older. Oh, at least. Might have missed Buster's Stars? Yeah, you did. But that one's... all of these runs are archived on my YouTube VODs channel, so you can find them at Pixel VODs on YouTube. Excuse me. And honestly, we had a lot of fun with the Bastard Stars. It was a really good weapon. The Nebula skill on that is genuinely a very powerful one, by my estimation. Okay, let's go down here and get the Faith Not Physic tier. Of course, we'll actually get the flask for this when we'll go and do the dragon cheese. Oh, I think I see someone coming down the steps. This might be a time I have to go and answer the door. Or it could be one of my neighbors. Yep. Alright, be right back. Okay, I'm back. I am back. Yeah, sorry, my partner's birthday was on Monday, and family are sending Christmas presents that are arriving at odd times of the day. Not Christmas birthday presents that are arriving at odd times of the day. Be funny if they were still sending Christmas presents, wouldn't it? A bit late for Christmas presents, or too early. They could have been trying to get ahead of Christmas 2025. But no, I meant birthday. I'm just goofy. I got some Christmas presents late January, but they had to contest with the Canadian post strikes. Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay, that's all of our business concluded on Weeping Peninsula. I don't think we need anything else from here. So let's go... We can free Fort Haight before we do the whole Erdsteel Dagger thing. Unless Maybe you need to go and see Kenneth first? I forget. Let's go and see Kenneth first and do it properly, just in case that locks you out of getting the Erdsteel dagger. You can also kill Kenneth Haight for an extra golden seed, but I never do that, because why bother? Yes, Fort Knight. Uh-oh, one of them's seen me. Probably the guy on the horse. And then they've unseen me again. Let's see when Kenneth will come into view. I'll also get a sight of Grace I basically never get, because there's one down here somewhere, I think. Yeah, there it is. And there's Kenneth. Looks like he's delivering an opera from up there on the ruined piece of Farum Azula, or whatever this is. Despite me burning out of playing Elden Ring, I haven't burned out of watching. I mean, it's always fun to watch. Watching this game makes me want to play it again, so that's all part of the cycle for me.
Be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Haight. Well, that's no. Despite you might have young tarnished. I want you to a knight. What my fault? Oh, I fret not. Celebrate. I will have to pray honestly. God first, then he and to think. Yeah. What my fault?
All right. So with that done, we may as well ride south through the Mist Woods. I don't know if the charged attack tier is going to be helpful to us, but we can grab it. And at least now we have that Sight of Grace, we can walk back here very easily. The good thing is the Erdsteel dagger has the same I think it's the R2, the one that the black knife has. It has the same one as both the black knife and the blade of calling, so it'd be quite an easy stand-in for the blade of calling before we actually obtain it. We won't need to use the Erdsteel dagger as a mandatory weapon until probably like 90-something on the list, considering how many weapons begin with C. I think 5 Blood Roses should be enough. We only need a couple for the Greyoll fight. Oh, yikes. Really don't want that to happen. Oh, the Blood Knight's found me. Well, that's actually kind of a good thing, because then we can lure him to the top of the tower and hopefully just spam catch flame at him until he dies. Just in case I die, I may as well get this, though. There we go. Nice and easy. There you go, Ken. Appeared to be on fire there for a second. It's fine, so are they. There were only 7 Cs. Very good. Nordic, thank you for the 11 months. Almost a year, I know. Where does the time go?
Did you more? Well, I knew now. Go ahead. Right, much. What's that look? Well, uneven the which is why just you.
Let's not enter Kenneth Haight's service. Let's instead just equip this, which we do not have the stats to wield yet because it requires 12 dex. Well, fortunately for us, we'll be getting hold of a few extra levels fairly soon. There were 7 Cs of rye, the others were barley, oat, and wheat. Basically all the ingredients of a bowl of Cheerios. Spoken words of Queen Marika linger here, but I have no time for them. So instead we will jump out the window and go to Dragon Barrow. Erdsteel Dagger doesn't do bleed, does it? Oh yeah, the C stands for Cheerios, of course. How could we forget? Yeah, no bleed on this thing. That's fine. That's why we have the other one. That's why we got the Morning Star. Been doing 13-hour days for a week and a half. My brain is burnt. That's, yeah, sounds like a good excuse to me. Right, let's pop these on right. Can't craft items when we're in the firing line here. Let's go and get the Somber from this because we'll need 2 Sombers anyway. 2 sets of Sombers, I mean, so. And this thing will burn pretty easily. No, come back. Oh, that does like so little damage. We got the item we needed, that's fine. We're about to get like 100,000 runes from the first dragon and then another 100,000 from the second. She's got such low vigor right now. Oh. Didn't realize he aggroes on you the second time, but maybe I just did a slashing motion in the wrong place there or something. Never mind, we're about to see a slightly different boss bar. It would be so funny if you could cheese Blackblade Kindred as well. She's like, who are you?
To determine if you have. It seems torrent, whereas I may. There is, but I can take gathering.
Let's not go to the round table hold quite yet. I just want to actually apply some of the flask upgrades I've been getting. And maybe allocate a couple more to blue. We'll just stick with 2 for now. I slash in your general direction. So apparently, if you don't wait for the dragon to turn around before you try and aggro it, its behavior becomes way less predictable. So we do just have to wait for its turn. Fortunately, it's not back turned to us for very long. Get mad. And then do some sort of flame breath attack. Yep, there it is. Alright, we ride. Run like the wind, Torrent. Get up into this little notch of the tree and then we wait. This is the tree that we're going to burn down later. This dragon is going to help us with that, apparently. Just got to have it walk into the circle. Touch more. Yeah, that should do it. And now for some sort of flying attack. Hopefully. Yikes. Oh, really? Wow. Well, it fell for it. Well, now it's going to fall for it anyway. Yeah, alright. This is what, the 4th run in a row? Well, we've managed to do this glitch now. Pretty good. We will have to rest at the Grace down here to get Knight's Cavalry to spawn, though, because it is daytime now, unfortunately. And, well, I'm glad that that attack seemed to only lightly bruise Torrent and not destroy me utterly. Torrent causing a bit of an impact there. Alright, it's past time until nightfall. Because we're resting at the Grace, we should still have the gold Foulfoot buff. Yay! It goes away if you teleport, but it doesn't go away if you rest, so that's good. And now we just have to make sure that this guy actually dies the way he's supposed to. Gotta get him over here a little bit first. If I stand up here, he should sort of run off there. Come on, dude. You can do it. I believe in you. Whoop. Careful. Did he fall? Or did he reset? Oh, no, he reset. Dang it. Yep, okay. Well, we're not getting bonus runes from him, but that's fine. I need to learn the safe way of doing this. The kukri way of doing this. With the throwing knives. But as long as I collect my runes from wherever they were over here, then that's fine. Where the heck were they, though? Oh, good, they're there. Yeah, 104,000 is not an amount I'm interested in losing at this stage. Even though we never used to start with that many because I never knew how to do the Flying Dragon Greyoll cheese. Oh, why does he despawn so fast right now? It's annoying. It's not like the game has been patched to, like, prevent this or anything. It's just the way he's choosing to behave today. Alright, well, he's sort of in the right place now. Just got to keep his interest. And then wait for him to, like, wheel around after doing one of these maneuvers. What's your deal, man? Why aren't you going? I think he's off now. Yeah, there we go. It's like 40k this time around. 42? Yeah, 42. That's okay. It's free runes. Table from the wiki only has 402. What am I missing for 408? Thrusting shields, I believe. There's like 6 of those. Cheeky runes. We do at least still have the gold foot we need for bonus runes from Greyoll. What's up, Jasmaya? Thank you very much, and welcome in. It's going well today. What's up, Wishes? Welcome in. Let's craft some blood grease. Start with 5. May as well. We'll put a bunch of points into Vigor. A handful into Endurance. We don't need that many. A lot into Faith. Because that's really going to help with our incantations. Then we need at least 2 into Dexterity so that we can wield the Erdsteel Dagger. I think I'll put a few more in because it's also a dex scaling weapon later on. But 36 is pretty great. We can 2-hand the Morning Star. Wild Strikes. Heavy Affinity is fine. And let's put Blood Grease on here just for ease of access. And then we Wild Strikes. This is going to time out slightly differently to how it does with the DLC speedrun these days, because my FP and endurance bars are going to be slightly offset. There we go. A couple of strikes into this one, we'll get our next bleed. There it is. reapply the grease, we might as well. Never used any of the flails for actual gameplay. Are they any good? Bastard Stars was good, yeah. I think the main annoying thing about a flail is that it looks so silly, especially when you've got it... if you're two-handing something else and it's attached to your belt or whatever. It just looks like it's flailing around of its own accord and hitting you in the leg as you run. I think they're good weapons, they don't look cool. Any new PB? No, we got a sub 30 time at one point, but no new PB on bingo. It's all good though. And there's our foul foot. So that should be another 100k. Are there other shields that aren't thrusting shields but a different type? Maybe I'm wrong about the overall numbers then. I'm pretty sure I read it was 308 weapons in the base game and 100 in the DLC. So I don't know quite where the number comes from, but I think it's still somewhat accurate. Let's have 37 in faith, because I like that number. And I guess we probably spend the rest of our budget on arrows. We need to go back to Carlay anyway to get the Smithing Stone 2 from Blythe.
Well, you're...
I guess we didn't hear the howling in the mistwood this time? Weird. Never mind. In that case, we won't worry about getting the Smithing Stone from Blythe. We'll get it from A.G. Because we can buy the first 4 automatically anyway. Let's go do Fort Varoth. Because we need that medallion. My vigor has like hardly increased. This is probably a bad idea. Then again, in terms of shard bearers for this one, while we're planning on going to Castle Redmane at some stage, I think we're going to do the bare minimum of shard bearers, which is Godrick and Rennala. Rennala you can cheese pretty easily with Catch Flame. Same with Godrick, really. And I don't think we will need anything from Nokran that we could use fighting Radahn for. And we're not going to go and do anything in the DLC, so... Which ending are we doing for this weapon? I think we'll probably just do the standard one, much as, you know, doing Gold Mask's questline would make sense for it being like the Golden Order kind of style thing. I also... If we're sort of role-playing as Melina in a very loose way, as long as the Erd tree gets burned, then she's fulfilled her purpose, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, wrong one. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Trish. We'll hop over here, go and get the Church of the Plague Grace. I have a feeling that Blade of Calling might benefit from the whole Millicent's prosthesis thing. Because I think that's what we did for Black Knife with how damaging the R2 combo is, but maybe we'll focus more on Faith this time around. Do more incantation scaling, I mean. But yeah, with this not being a very intelligence-focused build, we don't really need to do anything on Rani's quest. Only real reason to explore that area would be if we wanted to level some Spirit Ashes, and I don't think we do. But yeah, Millicent's quest, we might want to get the Canvas Talisman from Cavalry, because that will make Catch Flame very useful against folks like Radagon, who the sacred damage from the knife is not going to do much to. We'll do our usual jaunt around Dragon Barrow for some smithing stones, because we'll need those for this knife. Smithing 5s are going to be quite nice to have. We'll need the Sombers for both the seal that I want to level up and the Blade of Calling itself. Go into this dragon's nose. My question to you, chat, is what should I have for dinner? We had Mexican food last night. I need to go out and get something for dinner from one of the shops near us. Something to make at home, but I'm not certain what. I feel like we've had a lot of curry and pasta and stuff recently, and I'm sort of... Fish and chips. I don't think we have a really great chippy near us. There's a couple of like Greasy Spoon cafes, and then there's a burger place that doesn't really do fish and chips. I guess I could make fish and chips. Yeah, normally we do like a salmon teriyaki thing with rice and vegetables, but I don't think we have any salmon right now. So maybe I should go and get some of that. Had Hunter's chicken on a jacket potato last night. That used to be what I got from the pub at university quite a lot. Love a Hunter's chicken. Taco Tuesday. We had tacos yesterday. Oh, I forgot I didn't have my Sacred Seal out. Oh boy, this thing does very little damage even when I can technically wield it, huh? Interesting. Alright, we'll go and grab the Dragon Barrow Grace so that we can come back here later for the Gold Scarab. Can't go wrong with a savory crepe. I guess we could do something like that, maybe. Oh, right. I was like, who's that? Not to worry. Okay, back to Storm Hill, I think, for the smithing stones up here. We'll go and fight Margit. The stomp is so quick. You missed me. Pasta with spinach and feta. Yeah, I've used this also pasta with spinach recipe a lot recently. Do I genuinely have no runes left? Oh yeah, no, of course, that was from Memory of Grace. I remember. Okay. Well, as far as this goes, we can go back to Church of LA and level the Sacred Seal that we've got right now, but I think it might be okay. We've got 9 smithing stones there. There's some more on Saint's Bridge. But I think we probably just go and fight Margit now. Missed character creation. Is that Black Widow? This is not Black Widow. This is Anna Cord. Who is supposed to look as much like Melina as possible. I got the hair color slightly wrong. It will be Melina cosplay for real once we've been to the Halig Tree, but that's quite late in the game. Good trade. Good trade, love that. Radagon's Source Seal isn't going to do much for us here, except maybe add to some vigor, but I think we'll just go in and fight Margit. Should have maybe racked up the flask with a Faith Knot here, but not the biggest deal.
In search of the elder.
Her cousin Cammit, are you ready to Cammit?
Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Okay, let's go. He's not keen on being set on fire. Is that a gold dagger you have there? Well, hey, me too. Man, only 2 of those hit because I was, like, too close to his tail. Not close enough to the body. Well, need my blue flask. Ouch. The double hammer slammer? No way, dude. The triple. He's going for the triple. Alright, we've both got a big chance to reset there. Oh, ouch. Good roll. This is it then. Nice. Yeah, Catch Flame is definitely going to do this for us until we get the Blade of Calling. And probably after, actually. And that did not even get us enough runes to level up. Though it might get us enough runes to level or scale the Incant Seal a little bit. I cast Fireball, yeah.
You there?
Hello.
It's tight. Oh, God, you'll breach the... Well, but of course.
So the total is 402. There are 67 other shields in the game, not including the weapons list. Yeah, no, I wasn't including shields like that to begin with, because they aren't exactly viable weapons. Ouch. But, yeah, if the total is 402, then I'm off by 6, and I guess that doesn't make too much of a difference, but I can adjust things. Mostly going off what I read on the Extra Life wiki, which seemed to indicate that there were 308 weapons. It may be that some are, like, cartoned unobtainable or something like that. And it still counts those in the total because they're in the game files or something. Yeah, it's a wiki. Sorry, one sec. I need to reply to something. Okay. We're trying to get rid of some of our old freestanding bookshelves, and somebody said they could come and pick it up tomorrow, but then they've said maybe tonight, and I was like, okay, yeah, you can come tonight. Kind of forgot how to dodge that for a second. Fortunately, I am the Kindling Maiden, and therefore fire doesn't bother me that much. Just cross-referencing other sources to figure this out. Wow, there are inconsistencies? Yeah. Well, I'm glad we have somebody data-driven in the chat. Let me adjust the stream title. Nice. Godrick time. Time to fight this man who has too many limbs. Some item list will include unavailable weapons and talismans. That's probably why it's chaos. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh yeah, let's do the Wondrous Physic now. I think the Strength Knot tier might actually do something for us because of strength boosting physical resistance, so I think that's not necessarily a bad call to use right now. Time to Godrick.
Mighty dragon, thou the true-born heir. Lend me thy strength, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights. Well. A lowly tarnished. Playing as a lord. I command thee, kneel! I am the lord of all that is golden.
Let's fight. It should be okay. Okay, quick heal after that. The fact that he's basically hitting you with 2 axes during that attack is pretty special. One more quick heal. Yeah, we can't really do much to him during that. And another quick flame spam for you. Doesn't do quite as much poise damage to Godrick as it's done to some of these other enemies. Still does it, though. Oh, and he grabbed me. Oh, this might be the end of me. Not quite, but... Oh, almost. He almost got me with that. What a trade! He brought the axe down right as I hit that final blow. Yeah, definitely need to rebalance in favor of cerulean flasks. I think I might buy the buckler just so we have the option to do a parry every so often. Because obviously it's a dagger playthrough, we're getting enhanced crits anyway. Let's put a couple more into Vigor, though. Anyway, that's Godrick done. That's our first shard bearer down.
What happened? Oh, he got what I tell you though. He had.
And let's buy the buckler. Sick. Alright, bye Gostock. Since we're going to need somber Ancient Dragon Stone for the final upgrade, we won't really see Gostock again. We're on our way through to Liurnia, where we've got a similar showdown with Rennala on the cards. I have to double check myself every time I say Rennala because I worry I'm going to say Rellana. I forget whose chat I was in. I think it might have been Tulok the Barbarian's chat, and somebody was saying, like, that is genuinely the biggest troll the developers have ever done, is naming one character Rennala and the other character Rellana. Add that to the long and storied list of these developers trolling people, though, right? Well, now we are in Liurnia, there's a couple of things I want to do. Because we are actually pretty close to the threshold required to use the Erdtree seal, which we can get from Volcano Manor. Obviously, getting to Volcano Manor is something that can be accomplished in a variety of ways. And one of the ways to do that lies through Raya Lucaria, so that gives us the opportunity to go in here and fight Rennala for once. Oh, since I have enough runes, I'm definitely going to go and buy this guy's lantern.
You surprised no matter. Why don't? Oh, but don't.
So we'll put that on the pouch probably, since I'm no longer using up on the pouch for anything. Be nice to have that. Dagger could benefit from the Spear Talisman, potentially, because it does pierce damage. Although that's going to depend on what attack you're doing with it, so I don't know for certain which will be favorable. If we're going to Volcano Manor, we could also potentially try and get the Dagger Talisman, although that really helps most when you're doing crits, and we don't really have many opportunities to do crits, even though crits is supposed to be what the daggers are for, with a primary weapon instead of a support weapon dagger. It's harder to get stance breaks in the first place, so limits the amount to which you can crit unless you are really focusing on parrying. So many MRNG names. Oh, yeah. Right, over we go. It is time for Dragon Heist. We'll come back here later to get Varre's quest done, but we're not going to focus that right this second. What's up, Pidgey? Good to see you. We're on our 32nd run of Elden Ring here. We have had to revise the total number of weapons because broken physics cannot account for 6 of them, which, yeah, is entirely fair because wiki information is not always the most pinpoint accurate. And yeah, it looks like I'm probably going to have to end the stream in another hour just to make sure that I'm available to help this person who's coming to collect this old bookshelf. So that's our dragon heist all done. We'll go back to Lucaria Gate, and it's time to go get abducted. This is going to be possibly the fastest we'll have made it to Volcano Manor since the Albinoric Staff playthrough, where we just made a beeline for this as fast as possible. Good old Albie spelling. Oh, yeah. Can't take the horse on the elevator, I understand. Now then, Academy of Lucaria. What you got for us today? Sorcerers? I should have guessed. Yeah, makes sense. Note to self. Dodge a little bit more. Also, level vigor. While I'm going up in the elevator, I will briefly remind my partner of what's happening in a second. Hang on. Okay. Sorry about that. Just had to keep them updated about the bookshelf situation. Look who's back! There we go, that's better. That's more what we wanted. These guys burn pretty well, it turns out. Look who's dead. So yeah, I don't think we'll be getting to Morgott today. But plenty of time for that on the next stream, which will be on Thursday. And while this seal that we're on our way to get does not necessarily have the best scaling until you get to much higher levels of faith, we plan on getting that high on faith anyway because the dagger scales with it. So we're going to go up and around the water wheel here. Gonna toast this boy. Here's to you. And time to get kidnapped. For which it will actually help to not have a ton of vigor yet, because the abductor has to actually capture me and kill me. Ah! Oh no! Whatever will I do? I died, but at what cost? Yay! We did it. We did it, we made it, it's all good. So now the trick is to find the spot where we can fall off here and not die. Which I think is somewhere over, like, here? Like there, maybe? Nice. We did it. Good job. We make our way through this little back alley of Prison Town. Sneak up here so we don't encourage snake friends to come and attack us. Elevate. Duck, dive, and dodge past this man. Oh, wait, now hang on. I'm pretty sure there's a somber smithing stone over here we can grab. Yeah! Taking full advantage of that. The 5Ds. And we don't go that way because that's Godskin Noble. Instead, we activate this and enjoy the cutscene. The most important cutscene in the game. That's the one, nth carpet. That's the one. I think the order is slightly different, but you have the spirit of it, which is the important part. Nice to see Volcano Manor every once in a while. We're going to be seeing a lot of it next time, because next time is Blasphemous Blade. That is a hot bridge. Anyway. That happened. That's a thing that we did. Of course, now we have to get from here to the Sacred Seal. Which is going to require us to walk past this long boy. Not get abducted a second time. Roll down here. Enter this room. Ta-da! And then leave. Oh wait, no, we can't. Hey, he also catches flame. He's gonna catch these hands. Alright, let's try and find an appropriate grace. Let me up here before Snake Friend attacks again. Nice. Right, we get in here. We do a run. Oh, that guy falls on us. It becomes a horror movie briefly. Toast that man. And rest of the grace. Nice. We did it. Is Blasphemous Blade the one I used in the first run with Loy? Yes. That's the one. Okay, so now I think, in this depraved and awful place, we're going to tell Melina we're off to the Round Table Hold. And while I'm there, I'm going to make some adjustments to the colour of my hair.
My hand.
But this is one of the reasons I wanted some extra somber smithing stones, because this seal is going to level with them. And we need 40 faith in order to use it. But at this point, we probably have enough runes to level up to 40 faith. If we smash a couple. Because we've got Godrick's Remembrance now. We need to go and see Enya. Enya business.
You've tied. Let's
Grey anchor until it will tragic across the far. But the Grey sword, Grey seek to become
let go. Well.
Alright. Hello, Marika. Hello, Gideon. Don't need to talk to any of you.
You'll no match loud. You're.
Let's get those. And yeah. Maybe one more of these, and we should be able to level up twice. So that gets us very close to being able to use the seal. But we can at least go and start Varre's quest. Level the seal a couple of times. We can go and buy more of the smithing stones from EG if we have some better runes. And then we can go and fight Renala, and I think that's where we will call it a day for the stream. Yikes, dude. Here he is. This miscreant.
You claim what? My doubt. The words are truly. I believe even worse. That's the.
Oh, little jump there.
Give it
That's
if
just for you. We'll go and get the grace over here. In fact, one of the things we could do... We could go and get a couple of extra somber stones from one or two of these places. Because we've got... This one, I think, gives you the 2 and 3. And we've only got 1 because we didn't do Blythe's whole thing. We can buy 4s from EG. I know where another 5 is. Yeah. We'll make it work. Oh. $1. Just finished my last cup of tea. I'll need to go buy more. Yeah, I need some milk after this. Not after Elden Ring specifically, but like, I need to go and get milk in general. Not that this is a specifically spicy Elden Ring stream or anything. Let's not interrupt the King's Realm Ruins door this time around. Mostly just don't want to get shot at by more sorcerers. I think from here up there. Elden Ring always leaving me with a craving for milk for some reason. Who can say? I mean... Drank through a 50-pack of Earl Grey in like 2 weeks. Yeah, that's pretty standard pace for this household. With Yorkshire tea rather than Earl Grey, but still. I go through a lot of tea. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else we can really do here. Or what else we need to do. I don't think there's much. Need to get more matcha, but tempted to try a new brand. There's a little independent tea place. Or, well, it's a chain. I think they have, like, lots of individual stores in different British cities, but It's not like in supermarkets or whatever. There's a place called Bird and Blend that does fantastic loose leaf tea, and they do a range of matcha as well that I've had some of, but not a huge amount. Can't drink coffee anymore, so I have tea with me most of the day. It's funny, like, I've been drinking more coffee lately, but normally I don't do coffee at all. Like, at home I don't do coffee because, for whatever reason, it makes me way too anxious. Like, I get kind of jittery with coffee. When I've got, like, work to do or whatever, when I feel like I'm under pressure from stuff, but, like, if I'm going and playing an RPG session and I just want, like, a little bit of caffeine to help me focus, I find coffee way more palatable because all I'm doing is going there and enjoying myself. Oh wow, that goes just one. I guess my faith stat is pretty high. Tried popcorn tea at a ramen place last week. It was amazing. Popcorn tea. Sounds incredible. Tell me more. Keeps the energy up. Yeah. Green tea with roasted rice. Oh, that sounds good. There's a Bird and Blend do a like a, I think it's called rice milk oolong. Yeah, they do like an oolong blend with basically like kind of Rice Krispies almost. That kind of like toasted or puffed rice. If I have a pour over, I get very jittery. Yeah. Little espresso machine. I think it all depends on like the concentration of it and the roast and everything. Like, a lot of people started really going for like a blonde roast, and apparently that's way more caffeine than like a standard roast would be, because of the roasting process mellowing out the caffeine in the beans. Is it Bird and Blend? Yeah, that's the one. They've got a really nice smoky Lapsang Souchong blend that I really enjoy as well. Can only drink decaf, but I found little individual coffee filters that hook over your mug. They're biodegradable, so there's no cleanup other than chucking them in the compost bin. That's nice. Yeah, some people do think a darker roast means more caffeine. It's not the case, apparently. Okay, so we're in this just for the amount of poise damage Catch Flame can do here. Because there's absolutely no way. There we go. And now we crit with the dagger. There's that, like, quick double hit heavy attack that the Blade of Calling and the Erdsteel dagger share. There we go. Not too bad in the end for an unupgraded weapon and an unupgraded seal. But we'll need the smithing stones later, so that's worth doing. Right. Now we'll go say hi to EG. We'll buy a couple of those smithing stones.
I presume. Oh, I am an old soul here. Perhaps.
So we got one each of those. We'll need one of them. That's good. And then we pop a couple of these. And equip this, which we still can't use quite yet.
Something.
But yeah, the upgrade price on this is so tiny because it genuinely doesn't need... Like, the it doesn't weigh anything. The cool thing about this is I ended up using this for the Barefist Steve run, because if you're using Blue Dancer Charm, this Sacred Seal does absolutely no impact to your overall weight, and apparently the prices to upgrade stuff is based on how much it weighs. So this thing is like pittance to upgrade, like it's nothing. What does arcane level change about rot and poison effect? Is it just damage or duration and build up as well? It's build up. It's the amount of poison damage it does. It will increase as long as the weapon scaling with arcane, like as long as the weapon has either native arcane scaling or you put poison on with like an arcane affinity. Like I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Right, so we get a smithing 6 from going and fighting Magnus the Beastclaw if we want to get that far. Which will be helpful for us in the long run. Yeah, I've got maybe half an hour left on the stream, so... For the moment, we'll have to change the Erdtree seal back to the finger seal so that we can do anything with it. I don't think we'd have a great time parrying Magnus somehow. Although, suppose we go and activate Godrick's Great Rune now. That will definitely get us a few extra faith, which means we can use the Erdtree seal. Just need to rely on rune arcs to get us there. That's the problem. Don't know how to feel about rune arcs. I'm scared of using them since I die a lot. Yeah, I think they are primarily useful when you know what you're doing and when your gameplay is going to be more focused. Weirdly enough, even though you would greatly benefit from using them before bosses, bosses make the least sense to use them before, if that makes sense. In terms of like the amount of time it can stay active, you're probably going to find that it's way better to have one for like general exploration gameplay. And even then you can lose it by like falling off of stuff. You know, it doesn't guarantee your survival necessarily, but it just means that you have a little bit of extra vigor most of the time. But I think I know this game well enough that I don't die in too many situations where I'm not just throwing myself into danger unnecessarily. No worries, Kuro. Enjoy lurking. Most of the time it's gravity that kills you, yeah. We're not going to worry about the Ritual Sword Talisman for this one because I imagine we'll be in harm's way a fair bit. I want this later so that we can kill Millicent so that we can get the Flock's Canvas Talisman. Because I'm pretty sure you need to kill her once you've given her the prosthesis, both for Millicent's prosthesis as a talisman and then Flock's Canvas or Faithful's Canvas, whichever one it is. Because Gary has to be all upset about it. We'll pop down here, we'll get this. I think we'll go through Bower of Bounty via the Eleanora Church. Kill Mill isn't. Tonight the part of Millicent will be played by Uma Thurman. We don't need anything else from the Millicent quest line, though. We don't need anything from Yura. We just need to get to the Halig Tree and get the outfit. In which case we could, like, theoretically follow Millicent's quest line right up until the Halig Tree, since we're going that way. But then, if we want the prosthesis, we still have to betray her, so... Rotten Winged Sword Insignia is not worth it if you can get Winged Sword Insignia and the prosthesis. That's my personal take on the matter. I started planning out the carrion block of weapons the other day, and those are going to be really interesting because my plan is to start with... I forget if it's... I think it's Carrion Glint Blade Staff first. We start by getting that, and then we do New Game Plus runs with each subsequent weapon up until New Game Plus 6. Or maybe New Game Plus 5, technically. It'd be like Journey 6. Because, then it's just the same character doing all of the carrion weapons. And we can potentially acquire them all in a single run, or maybe get the 2 DLC weapons separately. Okay, so he kind of stuns a little bit with Catch Flame. Yeah, but he's pretty quick on the draw with the heavy attacks, which makes this difficult. Yeah, the character's name is going to be Wayward Son. Yes, that's the... I was going to try and keep it a bit of a secret, but yeah, it'll be long enough until we get there. But I have had Carry On My Wayward Son stuck in my head since I came up with the idea a few days ago. So. Stop it. Bad. Down. There we go. Saw that one from a mile away. Oh, yes. There's only one very good joke that you can do about it. So we've done that one. It roll catches reasonably well. Oh, ouch. The charged heavy is something else. I didn't realize you could do 2 of those in a row. That's wild. Interesting. Yeah, I can't get Catch Flame to go off fast enough for PvP. That's the problem. Yeah, no, you can fail this fight. The main reason I'm fighting him is to get a Smithing Stone 6. Like a Somber 6. Oh, missed the runes. Never mind. Not going to matter hugely later anyway. Make a character that looks like Sid James and call it Carrion Camping. Yeah. I don't know enough about the Carry On films to really have a good joke for those. Okay, we need him to be, like, up against a wall or something like this, right? Yep, okay. Yeah, Blade of Calling is in the area right after Morgott, which we could get to as long as we've beaten 2 Shard Bearers and then Morgott, so it's not awful. Yeah, the idea is that we get there probably early next stream, but for now we've got the Erdsteel Dagger as our substitute weapon. I just need better vigor for this. And probably armor. Some actual armor would do well too. I just have, like, the least appropriate setup for fighting this man. We'll do one more attempt and then we'll just go back to Varre. He's like, I'm glad you've been enjoying my gift. I'm like, enjoying is one way of putting it. Okay, that wasn't terrible. Okay, that was yowza. I don't know if he has flasks or not. I can't remember if he heals. Yes! Haha! Revenge! With my last mana. Okay, good. Glad we managed to prevail after that. And the bonus Grey Stars for our trouble. We are, of course, going to go and get Golden Vow at some stage, because this is a faith-based run, so we might as well. I also found out after doing the previous run, after doing a little bit of research, I did discover that the Rallying Standard buff does cancel out Golden Vow, so I was kind of shooting myself in the foot by using both of them, but now I know for the future. First try. Okay. Now we've done that. Back to see Varre. Who's going to tell us to go and fight another NPC, so... we could just ignore Fingerprint Vike. That's another thing we could do. And we're also going to have more flasks for that one, because... it takes place in our world, not in an invading world. We're not invading into him. He's invading into us.
Oh, I'm glad. You have a... I wish to... A knight luminary... So. Now. For you... Normally this... But since...
Okay, it's Tower of Sauron time. A roast beast. We could also do the Erdtree Avatar fight up here for the Holy Shrouding Crack tier Batman. It'll get us the Flame Shrouding Crack tier 2, which will be nice if/when we decide to actually go and get the Flame Art infusion for the Erdsteel Dagger. We could do that with the right Ash of War, but I like the idea of going and getting the... Wet Blade for it from Redmane. Problem with that is I guess we do have to fight Radahn after all, because now we've been to Altus. Redmane Castle is going to be locked into the Radahn fight. Systematic toasting begin. Just managed to do that before we got maddened. John Madden. What's up, Camo? Welcome back. We're going to be here for another 20 minutes or so before I have to get going. 2 shorter streams today, but various errands to run. And a piece of furniture to dispatch from our home. But we'll be back on Thursday for more streams. It's a good thing I don't have a rune arc already, because I would probably be losing it here. Then again, we could just run past Vike. So regardless of what happens with this fight, we can get the Sacred Tear and the Maiden's Blood. Frenzy my flame, will you? Alright, he will apparently, so. I'm going off the cliff. I'm going off the cliff. Just kidding. Okay, none of those connected until that last one. I'm drinking too. No, the madness. Oh, managed to heal through the damage tick. Okay, now I just have the remaining Crimson Flask and a dagger that does not do much damage. Yeah, we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Oh, that's good. That's very good. Okay, let's get the grace. Very nice. Very good. So now we can at least complete Varre's quest, and we still need to get the Stormcaller Church Sacred tier, but we're at +9 flasks now. And we can go to Mogwin Palace. Which means budget. Finally. More points into mind, more points into vigor. 40 more faith, probably.
And with this, a knight. Now, this... No
the only annoying thing is this changes the color of my eyes.
Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something.
Not sure at what point they change, but oh, it's there. As soon as you receive the bloody finger, it happens.
You have... Oh. A metal...
Right. We're in, lads. We done it. Mogwin time. We'll grab this. Yeah, you can, I believe, fix it at the round table, yeah. I need to fix the hair as well, so... My hair is now faded with age. Eyes. Cannot be edited at this time. Please set the eye alteration to off. Ah, right, okay. So you can, like, specify it there. That's fun, actually. That's nice. I like that. That's nice. Okay, hair. Color. It's sort of this lighter one. It's, like, more like that, right? Yeah, I guess it's closer to that. Don't discard changes. Finish changes. There we go. Pretend it's a wig. Wig. Obvious wig. Right. Yeah, now we can go to Mogwin Palace. Which is funny. It's funny how frequently this is now the only part of Shifra River that we see. But we need to get down here and activate Bird Farm. For fun and profit. Because this will help us get through the remaining shard bearers a little easier. And I was thinking we might just go and do Renala, but now that I know I'm going to have to do Radahn anyway for the flame art thingy, wet blade. I should probably just go and fight Radahn. I could do both, of course, but... Nice to know it's an option. Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be a good option. To, change your eyes back if they're important to your character for whatever reason. Alright, one more into Faith. One more into Vigor. That'll do it, I think. At last. This has way better incantation scaling. The +5 means it's already scaling on Faith with S, which is huge. The Erdsteel Dagger we can level. I need to go and get the gold scarab. Found a skip that let me get the Wedstone without fighting Radahn. Had some jumping, but it was easy enough. Yeah, no, the other possibility is that we go there without ever having gone to Altus first. Your green stuff and your young white dragon mini are ready to ship. You're excited to paint? Nice. I've not yet got to the point in my D&D stuff that I'm... Dang it. Not yet got to the point in my D&D stuff that I'm painting minis. But I have a feeling it's going to happen at some stage. Have you guys seen the... Oh, that was definitely not the right place to respawn at. Have you guys seen the Elden Ring board game? Because I started following a YouTube channel where a guy does little dioramas with various figures from Dark Souls, and he did like an Egon versus Bale one that had the dialogue in the background and stuff. But he recently unboxed the entire Elden Ring board game from like the Kickstarter, and it's all like miniature based. Most creative channel name, Dark Souls Models, yeah. Can we teleport him, please? Thank you. Yeah, there's a board game now. It's miniatures based, and it's kind of like a tabletop war game kind of thing, but it's more PvE than PvP, I guess. There are like scenarios and stuff. It's kind of halfway to being Dungeons & Dragons and halfway to being Warhammer. Apparently there's a Dark Souls board game that did something similar. But yeah, the biggest figure that it came with was Flying Dragon Agil, and it's enormous. It's so big. It's like the rest of them are called like minifigures or whatever, and it's like, this is a maxi figure. This is just unbelievably large. Oh hey, this is what it's like to see Abandoned Cave, by the way. Warhammer mentioned. Already know my brother will like the Elden Ring board game then. Oh yeah, sure. I've seen a lot of people playing Warhammer when I've been running sessions at the... Alright, fine. The board game shop in town, when I've been running like D&D there. And it's wild, some of the stuff that people have painted. Like really cool figures. Sorry, I'm like half looking at my window because I'm not 100% on what time this person is going to show up to collect this bookshelf, and I see a vehicle outside and I'm like, is it you? Have you arrived early? Okay, you're pretty weak to fire, so that's fine. Oh, we actually get to see the rat this time. Okay, that person just drove off, so it clearly wasn't them. Ah! Oh no, I am poison. Honestly, I'm more worried about the damage output from these guys than I am the poison right now. Should be okay if we do this a few times. They didn't even get to pull off the counter, which was great. It's more that that is a awful thing to be hit by. Nice. Good fight. Oh boy, I need some talismans. Lord of the Rings 5e compatible book I want to get. They have special character sheets too. Yeah, that's awesome. Like, whenever they have little adaptations and stuff, even unofficial ones, people put so much imagination into it. There's obviously official RPGs out there for Lord of the Rings stuff. I am probably going to wrap things up here, if that's cool with you folks. I'm sort of half aware that this guy might turn up slightly early, and don't want to lumber my partner with the responsibility to deal with this stuff. I think one of our neighbors just came down the steps, but we've basically got to the point where I'm going to be leveling between streams anyway, so I will probably call it there for an accord. We are just under 2 hours in right now, and I'm going to drop you off with somebody else here on Twitch just so I can attend to these evening errands and relax after that. So, folks, who shall we go and raid? Cody Acrylic is playing Skyrim and has been live for 46 days on a subathon, so let's go say hi to Cody. From Elden Ring to Skyrim seems like a pretty good shift. So, go say hi to Acrylic for me. You can use your Pixel Hype emotes and the hashtag PixelRaid to show some love. He's always on these massive streamathons. It's wild. Have a good one, folks. I'll see you on Thursday when we'll be doing a bit more of both of these. So, take care. Have a good one. Bye for now.